Do you think you can dance? For Arwen Rogers, dance is more than a performing art for the elite movers. She sees dance as a powerful tool for health, expression, and joy, and she's ready to help everyone capitalize on that power. Arwen is a mobility coach and injury prevention specialist. She has taught yoga, dance, and mind-body fitness classes for over 20 years in private and university settings. With a BA and MFA in modern dance and multiple certifications, Arwen combines dance, yoga, Pilates, and mobility training to create life-changing conditioning programs for her clients and students. If you're ready to be inspired to love moving again, you're ready for Arwen's message. Here she is.
What do you think about when you hear the word dance? The most common comments I hear include admiration and dismay. Oh, you dance? I wish I could dance, but I can't. I'm clumsy, I'm old, I didn't start when I was 3, I'm uncoordinated, my body isn't right, I'm not flexible. I'm puzzled when I hear limiting comments like these. When people say they have to be special or gifted to enjoy movement, I'm stunned. It's just not true. There's usually a deeper reason underlying their fear to dance. It usually stems from psychological issues, shame, fear of rejection, body image issues, and more. I teach conditioning classes in yoga. It's fascinating watching body language when people approach me to ask questions after class. Jana came up to ask how she can take dance classes as an adult. Her posture was sunken, hands clasped in front of her like shackles, and her eyes darted nervously. As I began to tell her the options, she blurted out, "I used to dance, but I am so out of shape now, I will probably suck. And I don't want to take class with a bunch of 20-year-olds. It's frustrating when formal dance classes are geared for young, flexible, and acrobatic dancers. It's the number one concern that comes up when people want to return to dance. I used to be good, now I'm not. It's so final. The body language that accompanies these painful exclamations is also closed off. Sadly, people dismiss dance because they feel that only professionals deserve to enjoy it. The history of dance isn't just about performance. Dance has been part of human society for eons. Its purpose is primarily for individual expression and binding communities together. Dance is meant for socializing, fun, courtship, ritual, political power, and more. It belongs to people, not just performers. Dance is for everyone, and the good news is that by permitting yourself to add more expressive, mindful, and versatile movement into your life, you can enhance your mobility, health, and joy. Conversations with countless clients like Jana got me to think about the importance of dance as an expressive and functional task. Instead of worrying about how you appear to others, it is better to feel the movement from the inside. Why are you doing that move? What does it do for you? How does it make you feel? Seeing dance as a tool for greater personal expression and functional mobility shifted my priorities from performing to coaching. Not only is dance fun, but it is also vital for maintaining mobility at any age. The more often you move, the less sore and brittle you feel. And you don't have to dance 6 hours a day like the professionals to reap benefits. Taking short 10-minute movement breaks throughout the day can release tension and unlock your coordination. If you want happy joints and supple muscles, you need to move often. As I transitioned away from full-time dance, I realized that gentle, consistent, and variable movement throughout the day kept me almost as flexible and strong as I had been in my performing days. There's something about consistent movement that keeps us healthy. Too much makes you sore, too little makes you brittle. Now, I may be a professional dancer, but my definition of dance has evolved into an inclusive one that empowers individuals to enjoy movement that makes them feel good. One of my clients, Gwen, had debilitating problems. These injuries, limitations, or mental struggles caused her to detach from her body. Pain creates fear. Fear contracts and freezes, causing inaction. When movement stops, life stops. It becomes a cycle of limitations until the injury feels permanent. Gwen had chronic pain, limited mobility, fragile bones, and immune disorders. The first time we practiced breathing, rolling, crawling, and reaching patterns, she had an immediate emotional breakthrough. She said she felt like she was in her body without fear, loss, or pain. It was like coming home to live comfortably in her body. As we explored movements that were accessible to her, she realized that her limitations were workable. She didn't have to do any fancy dances to enjoy moving in ways that were helpful, satisfying, and sustaining for her. Expressive, focused movement and mobility repatterning helped her find emotional and physical healing. She learned to set her own boundaries and explore movements that were nourishing to her. It's important to note that none of these exercises were mindless gym routines. The key was movement stemming from personal expression, instinctive movement patterns, and inner focus. So, it's important to give dance a definition that is inclusive of every ability, age, and category. Let's take dance out of the professional or the performance context and look at its most basic purpose: expressive, rhythmical, and functional movement. When we see dance inclusively, it becomes a tool for healing, expression, mobility, and more. My clients and students are happy to learn that dance conditioning is proving much more than their muscles. They are also learning that dance conditioning is simpler than they thought it would be. The secret to a professional dancer is repeating mobility exercises until they are second nature. Mobility patterns have helped them mentally, socially, emotionally, and physically. Gary was particularly interested in using movement to reclaim his mental and emotional health. He participated consistently in my community barre class and decided to train with me on mobility. As we worked weekly on mind-body fitness, he saw the relationship between his posture, efficiency, strength, and ability to express and heal from past traumas. I'm always amazed at his curiosity to find connections between his workouts and his emotional processing. One time I got bold and I taught him dance improvisation. The game is this: keep one hand stuck to the ground and find a way to move the body around that spot. As he explored what was possible, he noticed that he was completely focused on connecting feelings and movements. The symbolism of moving from an imposed limitation was important to him as well. He felt nervous about moving without a plan to copy, but he also enjoyed making his own decisions and solving the movement puzzle in a way that felt good to him. Ultimately, he felt a surge of confidence combined with a revelation about some personal issues stored in particular areas of his body. Everything gets stored or processed in the body. When you experience setbacks, triumphs, and problem solving, the body hoards all those feelings. Survival depends on learning from experiences, but we get overloaded if our expression is cut off. Little kids discharge that energy frequently and have more space to absorb new experiences. Adults who lock down their physical expressions get stiff, frozen, fearful, or grouchy. They may even develop physical limitations like arthritis, frozen shoulder, and joint pain. Gary was able to move in ways he didn't think were possible. Moving from the floor to standing used to be awkward, but when he used the game to explore, he discovered efficient and safe ways to solve the movement puzzle. It was like a mindful game of Twister. He also made meaningful connections between mobile joints and psychological breakthroughs. It was really exciting to discuss his insights and overcome limitations by moving through them. So even a random snarl of arm movements has an instinctive purpose. We just need to become mindful of what that is. Then the movement becomes useful and meaningful. For Gary, it was confidence and the freedom to take up space. For Gwen, it was feeling graceful and reacquainting herself with a body that felt alienated by pain and grief. Now, look at your movements and what they do for you. Instead of letting your brain and heart argue, drop the debate and just look at the reasons you want to move. Why are you doing that action? What does it do for you? What is it revealing about your mental or emotional state? How does it feel physically to you? You can start by paying greater attention to your current workout. If you run, you can pay attention to the rhythm of your breathing, the swing of your arms and your footfalls. What feels strong and purposeful? What feels limited or inefficient? Do you disconnect from the act of running by watching TV or on a treadmill or listening to music? What happens when you unplug from the distractions and pay attention to the act of running? You may discover that your body is trying to communicate a different way of moving. Paying attention makes all the difference. You might also take this mindfulness to your everyday movements. Right now, at your desk, notice what habits you have that are unconscious. Do you fidget in your seat? What parts move and what parts are stationary? Do you twirl your hair, tap your fingers, or jackhammer your knee in place? How does your posture affect your energy level? What movements feel good after sitting for a long time? Can you take breaks to explore expressive and functional movements to feel better? Once you start paying attention to movement, you become mindful. When you give all your attention to moving, you will feel your body, mind, and heart come together. You will realize that dance belongs to you.